I get asked this question all the time as I teach the game of golf from parents. How do I get my kids to practice? I keep talking to them and telling them you got to practice. And I see parents do this in front of me, telling their kids, you got to practice. You need to go practice. You never practice. I get annoyed. That's really annoying. And the more somebody tells you to practice, the less you're going to want to do it. My advice to parents, you would think, because I teach golf and I think it's a great sport, that I would encourage practice. And I do. If somebody or a kid or an adult has expectations, high ones, has goals, then I'm going to say, you know what? The higher your expectation and goals are, you're going to have to meet that expectation or goals. If you don't, then you're always going to be frustrated. So if you expect and want to play better golf, then you're going to need to put in the time. That's the only time I really talk about practice, when somebody sets high expectations. But usually, if there are people that enjoy taking lessons, enjoy playing golf once in a while, and not practice on a regular basis, and they're having fun, that's the whole underlying part of this whole thing is, are you having fun? And if they are, there's no way I'm going to go, hey, go practice. You need to practice 5 times a week. I'm not going to do that. And this is why. I'll tell the parent, well, there are several things that need to happen for practice to be not only productive, but joyful. And that's really important. You got to tie joy, joyfulness, happiness, excitement to practice. If not, you're going to practice feeling miserable. That's not good. It's not a good emotion. And in the end, whether you do well or not, it's not going to be a fun endeavor. So I tell parents, if they ask me, I'm always nagging my kids or telling my kids to go practice. Well, I say, I would recommend that you don't do that. You actually have them do different activities until they find something that you can't even pull them out of doing and saying, you know what, we got to go home. Whatever it is. If the kid or anyone likes to do something and it's meant for them, you can't pull them away. It's really hard. Even if it gets dark, they're going to want to stay and practice. So whenever I see a kid that doesn't want to practice, there's a couple of reasons. One is it's not really for them. They can play golf for fun once in a while, whenever they want to. But I don't want them to practice something it's not meant for them and then miss the opportunity to find something that is for them. So I'd rather, instead of telling your kid, go practice, go practice, go practice, it's go find something that you love to do. Some skill set. I recommend a skill set because it just builds. It's a way to grow and learn. So once they find that, and maybe it takes time. It could take, all the way into adulthood to find really something that is meant for you. When you do, they get absorbed. We all get absorbed in what is meant for us. For me, it was golf, and you could not tear me away from the golf course. I wanted to play and compete and practice. It's something that I just wanted to do. No one needed to tell me that I needed to. They needed to tell me, go, hey, June, you gotta go home and have dinner. You haven't eaten in a while. Because you forget about all that. So when people say, go find your passion, it's hard because when you think of the word passion, it's like, it seems so overwhelming. Like, what is your passion? It's not that. It's just you do different things. Try out different things. And then something will grasp you. You'll know it. So if you're a parent, instead of telling your kids, go practice, go practice, go practice, that's exhausting. If it's that often that you're telling your kid to do that, it's exhausting for you as a parent. But it's just not something that I would recommend. There's been many times where it's like, golf is something that they enjoy. They love taking lessons. They love playing here and there, but I want them to find something that they really love. As an instructor, I'd want everybody to play golf because I love it, but I don't impose that on people. I'm just there for them when they want to learn and play. And some kids, man, or even adults, it's amazing. They just are motivated and they want to practice, and that's a great thing too. But I think it's great for kids or adults that don't want to practice because it's not for them. It's just a casual thing. But here's another motivation for practice is sometimes you see people that the game is for them. They really do love it. But it frustrates them because they haven't improved. You hit a wall. Let's say if you don't build the right foundation, that's why I love fundamentals and foundation, is if you don't build that, then at some point, any swing can work for a while. Any practice of a certain motion can work for a while. But when it starts breaking down and you feel like you're stuck and you're not getting any better, even if you practice, then there are those kind of kids and adults that lose the interest of practicing. And that part, that's where I come in and play as an instructor, is I get you through and make breakthroughs, help you get through bad habits and overcome them. And then, oh my goodness, the ones that want to practice, it's like igniting, that spark, and it becomes this fire where it's like, oh my gosh, I want to be out there all the time, because you see that practice is going to help you get to where you want to go faster. And that's wonderful. So, see if you are, or your kids, is it for them? Is golf for them? Is the skill set that they're learning, whether it's piano, basketball, learning a language, if it's for them, find that out first. And if it isn't, let them keep searching and looking and applying themselves to other things. Now, if it is, you'll know. It's like they put in the time and they're like, oh, at some point they're excited for a while, and then at some point they hit a wall and it gets frustrating. They keep putting in the time, and then they get to a point where it's like they do want to give up. Then you must go find a trustworthy instructor that can get them through, because then when they do, they're going to have that motivation again to practice. So I hope you can understand what it's all about, and I'd rather you take this approach. It's a more joyful approach. I love that word. Just everything that you do should have that sort of underlying emotion that, it's a fun thing. And if it's not, if it's sort of torture for you, that you got to put in the time, go look for something else. Encourage your kids to do that too. So I'm going to leave you with that, and keep that in mind for your kids, keep that in mind for yourself. And it's kind of exciting. I mean, if you think about it, if it's like you're not having a joyful experience with what you're doing, go seek something else. And when you find it, it is a form of this peaceful focus. I mean, you just get absorbed in it. And that is so fun. I mean, truly, the true definition of fun is getting absorbed in what you're doing that you love to do. And I encourage that for you and everyone so that we can all be happy. And when we are all happy, we will be more kind to each other. Have fun. Find something that you love and enjoy every minute of it.